Good morning, this is Micaela, and this tutorial will be what we're going to do for my Google Advanced in Google Docs. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to open up a new tab. You're going to make sure that you are in the correct account that you want to make your welcome letter in. You are going to click on your waffle. These are your Google apps. You're going to click on Docs. You're going to open up a new doc. We are going to type in welcome letter. And then I'm going to click up here on the top left so that it names it. I'm going to click off of there, and then I'm going to click this little folder. This little folder is going to allow me to place it where I want it to go. So think of a big filing cabinet, and we're going to put it in there, and I'm going to put it in here. But you can name it. If you want to create a new folder, you just click on the new folder button, and then when you get it where you want it to go, and this will be where you're putting it in your drive. I'm going to go ahead and click here. If you don't know what Drive is, please go ahead and click on the tutorial about Google Drive. I'm going to make this nice and big, maybe a little bit bigger than that because it is a header. I'm going to bold it. This is where I can change the color. I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Page Setup. I'm going to change the color of my background. And this is where I can change any of my margins. Since I'm not printing anything since virtual school, I'm not really going to worry about my margins. I'm going to more so pay attention to how it looks because it will be sent out digitally. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a photo. So I'm going to go to Insert and I'm going to go to Image. If I already have taken my picture, I can upload it from my computer. If I'm going to do like a clip art picture, I can search the web. If I've already put it in my drive, I can get it out of here. Or if I have it on my Google Photos, it can be here. For right now, I'm just going to click Camera. I'm going to use my webcam. I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to make that nice and small. I'm going to change it to wrap text so that I can move it around as I'd like. I'm going to add in my contact info. Going to make this a little bit smaller. I'm actually going to move this out of the way until I decide where I want it. I'm going to change this to be left justified. Of course, you get to do yours however you'd want. My email. I'm going to change that so it's not underlined. At blah. I'm going to hit return, and then it'll actually make it a hyperlink if it was a correct email. If it doesn't, you can highlight it and you can go to Insert and go to Link. I'm going to add in my phone number. I'm going to use a Google Voice number. I'm going to add in my office hours. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller because I don't need it so large. I'm going to change it to black. Make this nice and organized. If you don't know how to do Google Voice, please check out my tutorial on Google Voice. I want to add in a virtual getting to know the teacher. And I want to add in getting to know the student. Class materials, maybe. Zoom Expectations, if that's a platform you're going to be using. I'm going to underline each of these. It is going to turn into a hyperlink anyways. Okay, so getting to the Know the Teacher, we're actually going to create a slideshow for this one. And we're going to create that in Google Slides. So I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to make sure that I'm in the correct account. I'm going to click on my waffle and I'm going to go to Slides. I'm going to create a blank one for now. I think I'm going to title it Virtual Meet the Teacher. I'm going to click up here so it saves it. I'm going to click out of there. I'm going to click right into my folder. I'm going to go where I want it to go, but remember, if you're creating a new folder, I would recommend creating a folder that is called First Week of School. And actually, I definitely recommend that. So click on here, and then we can put everything we do in class today in that Getting First Week of School folder. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once, and that does not work for me. Okay, so I'm going to put it where I want it to go. So what's important right here is we're going to click on this share button. This lock tells me that it is not being shared. And of course, once I hover over it, it tells me private only to me. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to change this because I want my parents to see it. And so it has to be anybody with this link. And I need to make sure my options are viewing options. I'm going to click copy that link. I'm going to go back to my welcome letter. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to go to link. And I'm going to paste that slideshow right there. So I'm going to come back to that slideshow, but for now I already have it linked. The next thing I'm going to link is a form for my students. I want to get to know them. So I'm going to click on the plus button. I'm going to make sure I'm in my right account. I'm going to click right here on the waffle, and I'm going to scroll down until I find forms. Once I get there, I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to title it Click over here, click on the folder. I'm going to put it into where I want it to go. But for you guys, put it in your first week folder. Remember, if you haven't created it already, click that plus button, and then you just name it. And I'm going to name mine Fake First Week. I really don't want it there, so I'm going to get out of there really quick. I'm going to go where I want it to go. And I just click Move Here. We're going to come back and work on this later, but for now, we want to link it. So I'm going to click on the Send button. I'm going to click on the Link button. I'm going to shorten it, and I'm going to copy it. Command-C if you're on a Mac, Control-C if you're on a PC. And I'm going to click Copy. I'm going to go right back into my welcome letter. It's already highlighted, but I'm going to highlight it again just so you can see. I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go to Link, and I'm going to paste that right in there. So now these are prepped, ready to go for later. Class materials and Zoom expectations you guys can put in. Remember, just a really quick Google Docs. Undo, redo, print. Spelling and grammar check, paint format to make it bigger or smaller. This is where you can change any of your text sizes. This is your text font, your font size, bold, italic, underline, change the text color. You can highlight, you can add in a link. This is to add in an image. These are for your comments, justification, left, center, right, and justified. This is your line spacing. This is for your numbered list. These are your bullets. decrease indent, increase indent, or if you pull it in from maybe like a Word document and you pasted it in here and you didn't like the way it looked, you just highlight it, click that clear formatting, and then change the formatting so that it works with Google. Over here real quick, and this is in a tutorial, really slow on Google Docs. The most important thing is knowing how to share this out. You need to know where you're sending it to. Anyone with the link, remember, if it's going to parents, it's anyone with the link. Make sure that they can only view it, and then you're just going to copy that link and paste it wherever you want. So right into your Canvas, etc. So for now, go ahead and work on your welcome letter. Let's get it started. If you have any questions, drop a line in the chat box. I am happy to help, and I can move this right back up there. Let's see what you can do. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.